Welcome to the after party. Welcome to the after party. Did you bring some snacks and treats?
Yes, it did.
I hope you got me something to eat.
Maybe.
Welcome to the after party. Coming to the after party.
Right now.
I've been waiting here all day to act like a fool this way. Welcome to the after party. Join us in the after party.
Right now.
The after party. Oh, chocolate and dabbing, maybe some microphone grabbing, the after party.
DJ Eric.
It's so meta because this week you actually did bring snacks and treats, but not directly, but indirectly you delivered them.
Yeah.
So,
technically, you directly brought them from the fridge to the room.
Yes, I did. All right, so this is going to be a very special. First of all, let me address this. Special edition is because we were not live yesterday. I was telling Paige the story, and for fear of being demonetized, I'm just not going to repeat it here.
Okay, to give my analogy, think Dude, Where's My Car mixed with Weekend at Bernie's mixed with The Matrix, and that's pretty much Eric's previous day.
Yes, that was what yesterday was. So we moved it to today. Thank you for the super chat, Cal. Thank you for the super chat, Martin. I do appreciate it. But this is a special edition. We didn't have any shows this week, so I thought this would be a perfect time to actually try a new Down Under Taste of Australia box.
So Eric once again is tasting my box for those.
So these, I don't know what's in here. I haven't even opened it yet. Well, I did open the package that it came in, but I have not opened the box yet. So that'll be interesting. So we'll be doing this at the end. So stick around. I'll be trying these, and I've got Sprite today because I wanted something refreshing.
Oh, not Sprite cranberry.
No cranberry. So we'll be doing that today. That's going to be a lot of fun. We did that before, and you guys really loved it. So, stick around for that. Also, we've got a few topics today, but we don't have any shows to talk about. So I do want to mention that the Ezra Miller drama between TikTok and Instagram and just the general stuff that's happening, this is wild, right? Like you sent me the picture from the TikTok post that was made by, I think her name's Mia. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is not going well. So every week, I feel like it's going to be something new.
Well, now I think
Ezra Miller stuff.
Surely Ezra Miller's gone now.
Because Mia is accusing Ezra of something very serious. It's no longer just,
and dating back about 2.5 years as well.
Yeah.
So
what is the likelihood now of replacement, do you think? This is changed since last week.
If it was 50-50 before, I'd say it's probably 80-20.
Okay.
And the 20% would be negligence, I think, from Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mia, I think Solange is her last name.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Like, I think that's the username. I know that's actually the last name.
Well, either way, go on TikTok, look up Mia with 2 A's, MIAA, Solange on TikTok if you have TikTok.
Like Solange Knowles.
Yes. I don't think it's on her Instagram, but it's definitely still on her TikTok.
Yeah. If you go to Instagram, you can see that there's photos with Ezra dating back to
2016, 2017. No, 2018.
The last one was in 2019.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where they're out together with some friends or something is what I saw.
Yeah.
So either way, I'm just going to put it this way, everyone. I think that if what she is saying is actually true, this might be it for Ezra. Like,
and that it's an actual other side of him that's been there for not just like the past year, but like
it doesn't look good. Does not look good for Ezra. So this is, what is obviously this is really bad just in general because of what's happening. But I think that the DC film universe is just
cursed. That's the best way to put it.
I think they just need to focus on Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and then all the other projects that they have going on.
The thing is that they're gonna have to release the Flash because that's the Michael Keaton stuff relies on the Flash, which Batgirl now relies on the Flash.
Yeah.
Who knows what else relies on the
So
Flash?
I'm guessing that the Flash movie has to happen, but that might be the last thing that we see.
I'm
Right?
going to assume that they're probably gonna have because I think the easiest option is they just make it that due to Flashpoint, Barry changes as well, and they just reshoot it where that's a reveal. It might not make sense, but the thing is that this has become well publicized enough that people would understand.
This is so like, are we in agreement that this is totally different from just getting wasted at a bar and having a fight? I mean, I feel like this is completely
This
different,
is
right?
it's a series of
It's an assault issue, probably.
it's a
right?
consistent level of assault as well. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, all these assaults are directed at women.
Yeah.
They're all directed.
So
And the only thing I think that involved a man was the barging in on the couple, but he threatened the woman, called her certain
right.
words, and
Yeah,
threatened to
yeah,
kill the
yeah.
woman. That was it. So
So this is a good question, Lillian. I feel like they're in too deep to not release it at this point.
they have to. I think there's too much money in it.
Um,
But they could do a silent release.
yeah, it might be like an HBO Max. They might just put it out.
I don't know.
HBO
I think
Max or
you know what I
that.
could see them doing. I think they'll advertise it. Put the hell out of Michael Keaton in there. It's gonna be hard as hell because how do you and have it where it's like the Flash always, so you don't see Barry Allen maybe too much. Like it's just the Flash because there's a way to market it. The biggest issue is the press tour, so that's where you probably just don't do press. But once again, we don't know what it's going to be like in a year.
And
like
we're saying this assuming that this information is as deep as it goes. It could be worse, and if it is, they may not release the film. Like, do you think it could be so bad that they just completely?
Well, that's I think if it gets to the
roll the
level
film
where
back?
releasing the film would be so problematic, it's not even funny.
Mm,
It makes you wonder whether they literally recast and reshoot the scenes. But the biggest issue with that is that there's multiple Barrys in this film, all played by Ezra Miller.
mhm.
So how much time is that? I think this movie had a very long filming schedule, which is understandable because of all that. So
Mhm.
I don't know what you do there.
One final question before we move on, though. Do you think them pushing the film back has anything to do with the current stuff that's happening, or do you think it's just?
It was surprising because they pushed it back after both Aquaman and Shazam when Flash was meant to come out before them.
Mhm.
Flash was meant to come out like a month before Aquaman, and Shazam was meant to come out until next year.
Yeah.
But now Shazam's coming out this year, and they're doing some reshoots with that, probably to maybe change references when it's meant to be post Flashpoint or something. But man, I don't know what's gonna. I wouldn't want to be like Walt Hamada at the moment because you're just dealing with, and like it's not very good. This has happened like, as soon as the Discovery buyouts happened.
Yeah, and everyone, just keep your eyes out. This story
well.
with Mia is gonna. I mean, if she actually, because it seems to me like she was setting up the process of.
I can tell you, it had about
reveal.
600. It had about 600,000 likes yesterday. I can tell you how much the TikTok has today.
Outlets are going to pick this up. She's going to speak to someone. It's going to get worse. I have a feeling
800. It has 805,000 likes, but she's kept it up. But she's removed comments.
Right.
So there might have been comments attacking her, saying she's lying or something.
Yeah.
She posted another TikTok. I'll read the caption. I won't play, but she wrote, "The gratitude I feel is inexplainable. If you take the time to listen, thank you. If you don't, that's okay. If you believe me, thank you. If you don't, that's okay. I know what I went through, and so do many others. Thank you for your patience." And it's a video of her talking. So if you went to the TikTok, you can watch it.
So Mia, it's MIAA, then Solange, like Solange Knowles on TikTok. Go check it out. We'll talk more about it. I think somebody will reach out to her and we'll get more on the story soon. And it's I'll type it in the chat how it's spelled. It should be on the screen now. I believe that's how it's spelled with 2 A's.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move on from that and talk to King Mike Todds with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. And they say, so why are people bashing Superman and Lois after finding out that it's connected to the Arrowverse? I don't get it. And DC should just completely restart the whole universe. Oh, Eric hit a dab floss for the dogs. Yes, always dabbing. Superman and Lois it's been like that for. I don't think this is a new thing. I think people have been doing that pretty much since the show came out, like basically saying because it's connected to the Arrowverse, it's actually garbage or whatever. I don't know. I mean, obviously the quality has nothing to do with it. All the shows vary in quality depending on where they are. I mean, each show has a different team behind it, putting it together, so it's going to have different quality.
But that's like saying, oh, the Suicide Squad is a bad movie because it's connected to 2016 Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, but welcome to the logic of the internet, I guess.
Yeah. And see, the thing is, the complete restart to the whole universe was supposed to be the Flash movie. That's the problem, is that movie, as far as we know, was supposed to bring in this new, more colorful, fun, bright DC world and kind of readjust things. There is so much connected, as far as we know, to that Flash film that this is like worst case scenario for Warner Brothers, I think. So we'll see what's going to happen. I believe they were trying to reboot the entire thing. So as far as a Moon Knight review, I don't even want to get into that. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes. I'll keep you guys updated on that over on social media. Follow my Twitter. I'll explain everything over there. I still have to talk to Cyber, so we'll get it all sorted out. All right, this is funny. I wanted to share this because this is kind of an L right now. Is Netflix? I just thought this was funny. Have you kept up with all the drama behind Netflix recently?
I was literally on the phone. My older sister, that's why I was late to joining the link.
Yeah.
Because I was on the phone and we we're talking about this because where she lives, someone opened a video and DVD store.
Oh.
And apparently it's popular because of stuff like this with the streaming services.
Yeah. There's too many, and it's causing people to go back to buying DVDs and Blu-rays because
this shop that's near her isn't just DVDs and Blu-rays, it's videos, like VHS as well.
Well, because that market is resurging. And actually, I have a closet full of VHS, and some of them I found out are worth a lot of money.
They're worth a lot. I have I think it's Power Rangers, the movie. It's worth like hundreds of dollars, the VHS. I'm like, do I sell it? Do I keep it and just let it grow in value potentially?
So I don't know when we said it, but I distinctly remember several years ago on the after party, I said that when CBS All Access came out and we got it was another streaming service, I don't remember which one it was at the time, started happening, I said we are seeing the beginning of the end of streaming services because they were happening so quickly and everyone was trying to get a piece of the pie. And the problem is the market is not large enough to sustain all of these other services because people here in America, again, you have to give me your perspective over there. We had cable TV for a very long time, and everybody's over here is very familiar with how that works. You paid a huge amount of money to get these bundles of channels and these movie networks and all of these different services. And then you also would pay extra to like rent films, just like you would go to the like Blockbuster or something like that. And it was super pricey. So people were cord cutting because you had Netflix and Hulu were kind of the first ones. And they had a lot of different stuff on them. So it made sense to cord cut and to buy these services because you saved money. You were paying like $7 a month and you got, tons of content. But now if you go through and you look, like say, for example, just the screen right here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different services, Netflix being like $15, Apple TV being like, $8, $9. You got Stars, probably $8, $9, HBO Max, which once they bundle that together,
they don't even have
like
Paramount Plus or Peacock there.
Or Amazon. Oh, Prime Video's up there. Yeah. But yeah, so they don't have Paramount, they don't have Peacock, they don't have Paramount Plus. So people are now starting to pay once again the same amount of money they were paying for cable service, which tells you these large companies did not like the idea of cord cutting, which is why they started their own streaming services. Now, yes, there's a ton of content out there, but it's divided out in a very weird way. And I think what's hurting Netflix is they're trying to crack down on password sharing, which, by the way, is going to be almost impossible to do. I mean, unless they just take away multiple accounts. Even if they take away multiple accounts, you still can't take away. Like if I'm logged in here and my friend has the password as well, and I log out, they can just log in. So there's a way around it. It's easy to get around. But now also I've heard they're cutting back on their animated stuff, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people still pay for their Netflix. So I think this meme, as funny as it is actually all these other channels watching what is inevitably going to happen to them too. It's going to happen to all of them. The only one that I think could survive this without too much trouble is Prime Video, because it's connected to Amazon. And Amazon isn't just a streaming service. It's a whole like delivery service. You know, but like, look at this now. Like HBO Max is now going to be bundled with Discovery. Disney comes with Hulu and ESPN. Netflix is the one service that is not part of anybody's like bundle package except for Prime. So they're kind of out by themselves. Plus, Netflix lost a lot of their content to the things around them. All of those things around them in this meme. And there's another one here. Let me see if I can pull this up. All of the things around Netflix took their content back. And that is why Netflix is dying, basically. What are your thoughts on this, honestly?
I mean, it's just, it's like, it's, you know, it's like just not reading the room and understanding what the consumer wants and just, I guess, how the consumer market's working. Because I would love it if we just went back to where, like, where it was simple, where there was just a handful of things, or it was just the cable things. Like, I'd love if we went back 10 years in the past and how things work, where you had cable TV, you could pay that X amount a month. Like in Australia, it's about $90 a month, and you got, because one in Australia is called Foxtel. That's like the cable TV, and you'd get like your movie channels, your sport, your premium content, your HBO content, everything on that. And it was about $90 a month. But if you wanted to go rent like a new movie, you could do it through Foxtel if you wanted. You could like order it and they'd place it on your account, or you just go to Blockbuster. And the irony that Netflix killed Blockbuster and now it's killing itself, is hilarious. And the irony that Netflix is releasing a documentary about the death of Blockbuster soon, but they themselves are killing themselves. Is like the irony. Yeah, I can smell it.
DeAndre has a good point here. This is another thing. Netflix cancels a lot of stuff. Like you said, reading the room. They cancel fan favorite shows because of whatever their algorithm is and what they keep on their networks. Like, for example, they canceled like, and I know it wasn't totally their thing, but the Luke Cage stuff, like they were setting up a really big season on that. And I don't know if they fought for it or what was happening behind the scenes, but that was canceled. Apparently they've canceled a lot of other animated stuff. They've canceled a lot of really good shows that ended on a cliffhanger. I think one of the ones I remember was that the one that was done by the Wachowskis. Was it Sense8? They ended up canceling that, and then they had to do a quick movie to wrap it up because fans are like, WTF, you canceled this show on a cliffhanger, so now it's not even worth binging anymore, which we've talked about that as well. If a network cancels something without giving them the opportunity to actually wrap up some of the storylines, you make it unwatchable later because nobody wants to watch something that doesn't have an ending. And last thing before we move on from this meme is it looks like Netflix is doing what CW does and what Peacock does and what Paramount does and what Hulu does. And that is, in order to make up the cost on some of their shows, they're going to offer a free service with ads. And I don't know if that's enough to save Netflix. Do you think that's going to save Netflix? I don't know if that's going to save Netflix or not.
No. But the thing is, people just go back to pirating the Netflix stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you'll do. Like it's because the thing is, in Australia, it's like we only really had like Netflix, and then that was pretty much it. And then and Prime Video, they were probably the two we had. And then over the past 2 or 3 years, now we've had Disney Plus come in, Paramount Plus, and then there was another like Australian streaming service called Stan, which has certain things.
I've heard of that one.
And then what do you call it? Then we have Binge, which is like the Foxtel, the cable service made Binge, which is their streaming service, to compete in the streaming service market because people were dropping from having them because they had all these streaming services. But now Binge is one of the most popular. I think it's number 2 in Australia.
Right.
It makes so
You
much
know,
money through the
I
streaming
actually
service
have an
market.
account on an Australian streaming service through a VPN because it has all like the survivors on it, and that's 4 Play. I think it's no 10
10
Play.
play.
10 Play, yeah. Just channel 4. Is channel 4 a channel in Australia, or is that
That's
what am I thinking
England.
of? England,
That's
okay.
England's
So,
channel
but
4.
Australia is 10 Play. 10 Play is the channel
Yeah.
that I watch. It has like a lot of the reality shows and things like that. Now, here's the thing: even with the VPN, I watch it and I still get ads, so they make ad revenue off of that no matter what. But I don't know if that's going to work for
Wait,
Netflix.
do you get the
or not.
Australian ads?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Well, because I use a Sydney VPN, so it thinks that I'm in Sydney. So I get ads for
ads you get.
like it's really I should tell you, like I should write them down one day, but it's always like I think I've seen ads for like there was one where it showed like an animal singing an old song, like an 80s song.
Oh, is it like a little brown animal?
Yeah.
It's a
Like
quokka. It's a quokka.
okay. I saw that one, and what's the other one that I get all the time? I get one that's like a for betting, like it's talking about like placing bets and there's a lot of ads for like gambling. Yeah. So
yeah, there's a lot of it.
it's pretty
It's
funny.
probably the same like America has a lot of ads for gambling. It's probably
Yeah.
a lot of gambling.
So all right, so I want to share these are the picture promos we got this week, which I thought were interesting. We got 2 of them. The first one is one that got a lot of controversy in quote retweets for me. I'm not going to read them out here. Some of them were in Spanish and stuff, but basically people were mad about this poster, and they were mad because it featured all the rest of the team in front of Barry. And, they were like, here's the thing. Have you not been watching the show over the last 3 or 4 seasons? They've made it very clear that it's a team show. We don't want to call it a team show because it is called The Flash, but the creative team, Eric Wallace and everyone else behind the show, has made it very clear that in their opinion, it is a team show. Right.
Yeah.
So everyone is going to get featured on the poster. At least the primary character is going to feature on the poster. Now you had one that was without everyone, correct? It was just Barry.
No. So what it was is that it was because the thing is that this itself, Barry's just photoshopped here.
Right.
This is the exact same, with these aren't. That's from the original one.
That was from the first poster that came out like before the season started.
So someone just photoshopped this head onto that poster.
Right.
So because it's the same poster, because this itself is a Photoshop. Because he's looking all angry, but then he's got his hands on his hips. Like, what is he, like an angry teacher? Like, it's not a really natural pose.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, it looks familiar, and I was wondering why. And even like the head sort of looks out of place.
Yeah.
It doesn't really look natural.
That's why. This reminds me of a like one of those generic movie posters where you see like all the characters kind of just put together on
the modern day poster.
Yeah. I don't have an issue with it, but some people were really angry because they felt like all these other characters were being like put in front of Barry. But I'm like, I think you're reading too much into it. I think it's just a Photoshop poster. I don't think they were trying to do anything particularly weird with this. They just wanted to showcase all the characters that are in the show, except for Caitlin, which, by the way, somebody pointed that out. Like, where's Caitlin? But
Caitlin's been in the poster for a while. It's been Frost.
Speaking of promos, we also got a Flash trailer that I saw today for the back half of the season. And I don't remember a lot of Caitlin being in the trailer either.
There's no Frost either. There's no new Frost or no new Caitlin.
Right. There was there a lot of there was a Chillblaine was in there quite a bit. I saw with him in the keyboard or something, like playing the keyboard, I think.
And him in Star Labs. So I don't know. I think Caitlin Frost aren't in there for a reason. So they're trying to make it not confirm or deny anything.
Yeah, because there's rumors about the episode coming up where one of the team members dies, and a lot of people are trying to figure out who it is.
And we know it's not Allegra, we know it's not Cecile, we know it's not Chester, so it's either Frost or Caitlin, or it could be.
I'll be honest, it could be, but I think getting rid of Joe that way, which seems weird, or Caitlin that way.
Even Caitlin, I think
would be
Frost
bad for the show. I think if they did that.
They're season 1 OG. It's like you don't kill off a season 1 OG character, at least in that fashion.
I think they could kill off Frost and it would be okay, but Caitlin might be.
Especially if it has a purpose, like there's an actual story purpose to it.
Yeah.
And it feels like it works within the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone in the chat, give your score on this poster 1 to 10. I'm curious what everybody's thoughts are. on this poster. On a scale of 1 to 10 Flash posters, what would you give this? King Mike Todd's with another $10 super chat. Thank you so much. They say, if my sister and family didn't use my Netflix account, I would have canceled it. There's nothing good on there anymore. The problem I have is, why would I watch something that I know's acts? So we also talked about this, I think last week. I think I mentioned this. Netflix is probably the least watched streaming service that I have, and it is the most expensive streaming service that I have. So I have actually debated taking a break from Netflix myself, because I'm like, there's just not a lot on there anymore, and there's long gaps between shows. And to be honest, the best thing Netflix has a lot of times is the international distribution rights for shows from other countries, which I think are really good. But American seasons and seasons in other countries are different. Most shows in other countries, some of them are like 5 episodes long, or 4 episodes long, or 6 episodes long. They're not like 20 episodes. So it's also not a lot of time engaged on Netflix. I perceive what we're going to see with Netflix moving forward is a lot of reality TV stuff, like game shows and cheap things they can make to sort of keep themselves afloat until they feel comfortable making high quality stuff again.
It's going to be a mix of award bait and trash.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
cheap
and,
trash
and cheap movies, probably cheap films.
Yeah, like the Lifetime type movies. Like,
yeah. They're going to try and scoop up as many films as they can.
Christmas movies and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Wow, some people were giving it a 3, a 4 on this poster, a 5.
I think it's actually a half decent poster. I think it's at least like, if in this regards, I usually hate these types of posters where it's just like the floating, just like feels like they just got a PNG and just like slapped it in front of Barry.
Right.
But at least it's visually pleasing. Like, I think the color, like even Allegra, the colors around Allegra sort of look cool, even though I don't know what she's doing with her powers, because they wouldn't be threatening. It's like, oh, the bright light. Ow.
Well, the other thing is that
and I know why Cecile looks like
Professor
she's actually
X.
doing anything.
Yeah. The other thing is, Allegra they should give her a costume, but I don't think they are. She should get something. I feel like she doesn't have a suit.
Doesn't she just wear like a leather jacket or something?
It's a jacket and like a pair of black pants. Yeah. I don't know. All right. So we also had this, what I think is the better of the two posters, the Superman and Lois poster. I feel like we've seen this before, though. Is this a shot they used in promo somewhere else? Because I feel like I've seen these pictures before, just not put together, I guess.
I think it's just like they might have used the Superman one because it's clear they're not in the same room when they took this photo. Yeah. So it's clear that I think these are just promo images they took of the characters. Maybe at the beginning of season 2, might have even been season 1, and then they just slapped it together in a poster.
Yeah. But I like this one. I think this one looks really cool.
Is the background meant to be like another? It almost looks like another world is floating above them.
Yeah. Well, actually, it looks. If you look at the two sides, it almost looks like 2 different places. Like one is like a blue. Like if you split it down the middle, this side is one place and this side is another. Maybe, I don't know. It's not very well defined, but it definitely looks intentional to me.
Yeah.
But I'll have to say, I've pretty much liked all of the artwork from everything in Superman and Lois after it came out. Some of the artwork leading up to the show wasn't great, like some of the pictures and stuff, but I think everything since it came out has been pretty solid. Nothing really to add to this I think it's a really solid poster, and people were praising this because they're like, they put the supporting characters in the back, and I'm like, what difference does that really make in the big scheme of things, honestly?
The answer is it doesn't, Eric.
Right. Jordan here with the $4.99 super chat and a Team Eric member. Thank you, Jordan. Am I the only one who's getting burnt out from the Arrowverse? It's mostly Flash.
I know how you could get burnt out.
Yeah, like, they don't. There's not a lot on from the Arrowverse right now. We've only got the 2 shows that we're dealing with, and they're not very well connected at the moment. So maybe it's just the Flash. Maybe you're just burned out on the Flash, I'm guessing.
But burnout's like when there's like burnout would have been like 4 years ago when there was 5 shows in the one week.
The other thing is, are you watching the episodes every day? Are you going back and watching like every season? I don't know. I'm not having burnout on anything. Matter of fact, I'm excited for them to come back because I feel like just having a week away has been a little rough considering the things that we've been setting up. I will admit, though, a lot of people have told me they're not very happy with how slow things are going right now on the show, but I think we're getting there, honestly. Thank you for the super chat. So moving from that, I do want to talk now very quickly about the Earth Prime comic. I think you did a video about it, right? The second one with Superman, and you did a video on it, right?
Yeah, I did. The
Yeah.
Twerkalicious.
Yeah. So there's 3 stories in the comic. The first one is the anniversary. By the way, spoilers for the comic if you haven't read it yet, but it's been out for a week. So,
Hell.
the first story is the anniversary, which really just it's not much there except explaining to us, the I guess the relationship between Superman and Lois and how it's always been sort of like they're a bit too busy to do things with each other and they've both been okay with it, which is the complete opposite of the way it's usually portrayed. Usually in those types of stories, one of the 2 people gets annoyed that they're always getting left behind. But in
But
this
it's
one,
but because of both of them live these,
yeah,
such dependent lives or dependent careers.
right. I mean, you've got Superman who's all over the world, then you have Lois that's always engaged in something with this investigative reporting that she's doing, which works really well for the characters. The only thing I will say is that they did mention Intergang in that particular storyline, I think, with Lois, and they were talking about those characters and Bruno. I think Bruno Mannheim from Intergang was mentioned.
We don't talk about
Yeah.
Bruno.
Yes, Encanto.
Is that what you're singing when you read that bit, Eric?
No, I was not.
Oh, you didn't sing that? Okay, I thought you might.
No,
have.
I've seen Encanto, but I wasn't thinking about that when I saw
Oh,
it.
okay.
I was
just
thinking,
it just seemed like a very Eric thing to do.
well, it did
Think
actually.
of that.
So they do that, and then the second story I believe is like is it called Father's Day?
It's like a really short thing. It was, I think,
very short.
It was dedicated to one of the writers. I think the writer dedicated to his father who had passed away over the past year or something. So I think it was meant to be like a personal story that mixed in with Superman.
Yeah, I do want to share this though. These are again spoilers. A couple pictures of the characters that were shown in the comic, which I thought was kind of interesting. We had Nuclear Man from the Superman movie, Superman 4 Quest for Peace, which was from the 80s. And were you shocked to see this? Shocked he's getting
I was
shocked
more
Were you
I was more shocked to see the last one that showed up. I was like, oh,
yeah. Let's
this
talk
is
about that
canon.
one.
This is canon. Like this is allowed to be approved and stuff to put in there.
Yeah. So now we know Nuclear Man, this version of him exists within the Arrowverse. And we also had this next one. This is one that, like you said, kind of shocked me as well. Was Lobo was introduced into the Arrowverse because these comics are canon. So we now have Lobo. Thoughts on this? Any thoughts on this at all? I mean,
it surprised me when he showed up. I was like, oh shit. Lobo, and he got like even some like dial like an actual, because this was in like the present day of the comic, in the actual present day events of what the story they were telling. So I was like, oh crap, when he showed up, I was like, this is pretty cool.
And the thing is, they went with the comic accurate one. So if they ever decide to use this character,
well, I mean, everyone ate up the one on Krypton. That was just a dude of makeup.
Yeah.
So if they really wanted to do it, they could. If they wanted to bring Lobo into the show,
yeah,
and they've had a prior altercation.
Yeah, and the last thing in the story, well, the last story we had was Controlled Burn, and that was probably the most interesting one. And that one, I'm not going to show too many pictures from these because the artist and the people behind the comics are asking for us not to share too much. So I'm not going to. If you want to go read the comic, it's available on digital. I think it's sold out on print, but you can still get it on digital. But
yeah, I couldn't buy. I wanted to buy a physical copy of this one. I couldn't.
Yeah, they're really hard.
Even in Australia, I couldn't get it for some reason.
Wild. Yeah. So I mean, I guess it shouldn't be a surprise with how popular Superman and Lois is. So it makes sense.
Well, even the Batwoman one, I couldn't get Batwoman either.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they do the final story, Controlled Burn, which is about Earth, the John Henry Irons Earth, before they escape, and it kind of explains how their Superman went from being Superman to being this villain character. And the interesting thing that they set up in this is, like at the end of Batwoman, you have Magog like collecting villains. Does this mean now that he has a Superman because of the end of the comic? I mean, it feels like he does. Now he's got the John Henry Irons Superman, correct?
Yeah. So that's who I'd assume is going to be showing up. Like, got a pretty formidable team: Clayface and Evil Superman.
Yeah, I mean, sounds good. I mean, also, I would think it's going to be a little weird if that Superman is in the crossover comic and is there with, Natalie and John in the steel suit, and that isn't mentioned at all in the show. I feel like that's a huge thing. do you think that means they're going to bring him back on the show at some point or no? I mean, what do you think?
No, I think he might maybe he dies or he goes back to his Earth and whatever it might be. I don't know if we'll see him in the present day of the show.
Yeah, I feel like he's a really important character that's going to be kind of relegated to just the comic book.
Yeah,
but a little weird. Lone Wolf here with the $5 super chat. The only Netflix shows I'm having interest in right now is Umbrella Academy, Alice in Borderlands, and Squid Games. Well, that's probably some of their biggest shows, honestly. I know Umbrella Academy is huge. Stranger Things also has another season coming out that I think is probably going to be pretty popular. But it's their final season. That's the final season of Stranger Things.
No, it's got 2 more.
Oh, does it? Did they say
one more? There's one more after the current season. Yeah,
really.
This season's split into 2 seasons.
That's
into 2
what
parts.
It is. Okay,
and
I was wondering about that.
It's split. No, it's split into 2 parts, and then there's another season afterwards.
Okay. Yes, I was wondering what the 2 parts thing was, but I didn't. I thought they were wrapping it up with this season. I didn't hear they were doing another one. Wow, that's hopefully it works out for them.
Expect that in 10 years,
because with the or expect them to come back and say it's canceled. I mean, they could do that too. It's
cancel culture.
Yeah. Who knows? All right. One more thing before we get to the food, because I got this box of goodies here. This is highly spoilery, but now it's all over the place. And, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I purposely didn't discuss these photos, but I want to kind of give my thoughts on them quickly before we move on. But that's the reverse flash stuff, the photos that were taken by Canadagraphs, who he's not here, by the way, which is weird. I thought he would be in the chat, but
he's at the West Allen convention.
Oh, is he? So Canadagraphs got some pretty spoilery photos from the finale of this season of The Flash. So I did not use those photos in the thumbnail. I just kind of told the picture through art. But if you do not want to get super spoiled, then you might want to head out. This is going to be your final warning on that. But we have some really interesting photos, and we're going to go through, and I'm just going to give my thoughts. I only used a couple of them. But here we go. This is the suit
I'm spoiled. What did you do?
That was taken on set.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start a cancel culture campaign against DJ Eric. You've ruined the show for me. You've ruined the show for Hugh Janus.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I know.
I'm serious. It's getting to the point where I'm sick of it.
I know.
I'm sick of your attitude.
I just keep doing it over and over. I keep putting it in the thumbnails and the titles.
It's like, like you're spoiling episodes, like Deathstorm revealed, Ronnie Raymond ? Like, what the why?
So take all this in. I want to say this. This is the first suit in a long time that I've not been super excited about.
My hope is that it looks better on camera, because the thing is, the lighting here is terrible. My hope is that there's a specific reason maybe it's like this, and there is some VFX on it, but it doesn't look great from the best of it. However, I remember when I first saw the Bart Allen photos, the suit didn't look very good.
Right.
Until you got like the high definition photos of it. So going into it, maybe like a 5 out of 10 suit, but
I can tell you, can you tell me right away the one thing that I hate about the suit?
The ass.
No. Close. The face.
Okay, so
wait,
hold on. Reverse. In what context is that close? Can we rewind that a bit? Chicka rewind.
I hate the helmet because it gives me season 5 vibes from like
and the thing I also don't get is like what's going on with like the zombie sort of like, I feel like I'm watching Morbius. Like what's with the gap? You know what I mean? Like on the face, it's got like the gap there.
Yeah, I don't understand
the thing
that
is,
either.
I think the big thing about this is like I'm very curious how we get from. I'm assuming this is the Thorn in Argus.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get from that to this?
Yeah.
Like that's what gets me curious.
You know what makes me the most upset about this is we have this amazing updated reverse flash suit that I think is so much better than the black suit. And we just completely are not using it now.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I'm also wondering, like I'm very curious to see whether this is the Thorn that's in Argus that becomes this, or this is like something else. or
Yeah. Well,
whatever
what I
you
want to
call
do
it.
quickly is I'm going to go through some of my thoughts on it. I know you did a video on this already, and some of this is probably going to cross over with some of the stuff you thought, because I think we pulled from the internet and it's usually the same comments over and over again. Before we do that, though, we have a super chat from Naruto, who's also a Team Eric member, $5 super chat. If the Flash movie comes out, chances they're just going to dump it on HBO Max. We talked about that briefly at the beginning. I think it would have to get much, much worse for them to just dump it on HBO Max, because I think they put
too
so
much money in it.
into it.
It's a very
They
expensive
have to
movie.
put it out. So I don't think that's going to happen unless it gets a lot worse. I think, Lone Wolf, Weekly Geekly review Umbrella Academy 3. I've never really reviewed that, to be honest. I like the show, but it's one of those things where the whole season comes out at once. So I do not like going through and doing individual reviews on episodes when they drop everything at one time. So I'll probably just do a season overview on it, and we'll probably do a live stream and talk about it. But don't expect like weekly or episodic reviews each week. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about what I think is happening here. There's another shot of it with the ass, as you would say, the backside of the suit.
The ass.
If you want to see more pictures, you can head over to Cantergraph's blog. I think he's got like maybe 10 or 12 photos of the suit. So, but they're all about the same. Like, you don't see much more, maybe a little bit more detail in the actual suit, but not a lot from where he was located. So a lot of people are saying that they think this is going to be the Black Flash. I don't think that's the case, because quite honestly, we had a like pretty comic book accurate version of this already. I think it would be kind of stupid to do the Black Flash. Do you think the Black Flash is an option or no?
No, I don't think Black Flash is an option at all.
Yeah, I mean, why would you want to do that?
And it's also, I think it's like clearly Thorn as well. Like when you're Black Flash, you're not anything. It's like you don't call Black Flash Hunter Zolomon.
Right. Yeah. The other one is the idea of this being the Black Racer, which then ties into New Gods. And the only thing that makes me think of that is the way that mask looks, because the top of that mask has got the ribbing, sort of like the New God suit does, but then it also covers the whole face. And this would have to connect to, because the character of the Black Racer wasn't it like William something? And it wasn't even Barry Allen or Eobard. It was a completely different person.
Barry, that version there is Barry. Like that's
right,
Barry,
but the original one,
one, like the New God one, is not any like
right
speeds that we knew. Yeah.
So, design wise, maybe. What do you think the likelihood of them doing this is? I don't think there's
no. I can say, like, on set they were calling him NRF, not NFT, NRF.
So like negative reverse flash,
either negative reverse flash or new reverse flash.
Right. Okay, so the other one here is the Daniel West reverse flash, which I can see why people are saying this. This one to me does seem like they could be doing this because of the design of the suit, with the way it looks like shards kind of melted into the suit. I understand why people are saying it. I don't think it's Daniel West, though. That would be really stupid to make Eobard a version of Daniel West when
if this is just meant to be like new reverse flash, then yeah, they could be taking some inspiration from this suit. But like, I mean, they just made a new yellow suit, so there has to be a specific reason to jump to a different suit.
And the reason why I think they could use the suit but change the story completely is look at Savitar. Like the Savitar that we got on the show was completely different from the one in the comics. So they can easily do that.
I think that might be because they didn't want Magic Mike, the Speedster, showing up.
I mean, maybe, possibly. So I think that if anything, this could be a take on the costume from the Daniel West Reverse Flash, but nothing else. Like, I don't think it's going to have his backstory. Maybe the fusion of the materials to the suit is why that is like that. But other than that, I don't think they're going to take anything from this. I think the most likely thing is he's going to be using all of the forces. Like, I think that's what they're going to be doing. Yeah. They're going to show him either trying to get all of them, like the Pokemon, he's trying to acquire all the forces.
Gotta catch them all.
And so that's why the suit is being used, because the suit is him in a force suit instead of a reverse flash suit, because he can't contain all of them, or it gives him extra powers, because he actually looks really like muscular in this, which is different from the reverse flash suit where he's kind of a lean looking character. So we have that. So would you say that the reverse flash levels up? Would you say that?
Ooh, is that edgy?
Might be edgy there. I don't know.
It sounded a bit edgy.
But I will say that I prefer this reverse flash suit. I think this is a much better suit than the black suit so far. We haven't seen it on.
But we
film
don't know. We don't know what the story is as well. Like it seems like he shows up in the finale in this suit.
Right.
So that might be why, and that's the thing. That might be why it doesn't look that great because it only is meant to be for one episode.
Right. Also, I added a chin strap and darkened in the side of the mask, and it already looks a lot better. So just
but that's the thing. If that's the reason, and that's why it looks a bit dodgy, it's because it's only for one episode. Then I understand because it doesn't make sense to invest that much money. Even the best shows possible, TV shows won't invest too much into a suit if it's literally for one episode. Right. So if that's the case, then I can understand it. But if he shows up in this with like 3 episodes to go or something in the season, then maybe it should have looked a bit better. But if it's only for one episode, then And
I will say
I'm very curious, Steve, if he has the yellow suit and if he steals stuff and it morphs him and stuff, and because I don't know what's going on with all these muscles coming out.
Yeah, it's a little wild. So I made, like I said, I photoshopped I closed off the mask and gave him a chin strap. And
did you Photoshop the ass though?
I did, but that didn't look right, so I had to remove it.
It was too twerkalicious. I understand.
It
was. It probably would have got the stream demonetized.
Overall, though, you're right. Next to the Bart suit, this is the only other time in recent times where I've been like, I don't know.
Yeah, but then but the Bart suit is still good. Just that the initial one, it didn't make the material look that great or anything like that.
All right, so give us your thoughts and opinions on the suit in the chat. Let us know what you think. You can continue to ask questions. We'll chat back and forth, but I think it's time now for me to open the Down Under box. So let's see.
The thing is that I'm pretty sure there's one of those photos again, and I have no idea what the photo is.
Wait, you didn't do it? You didn't put it in? Or?
There is, but I don't know what it is. I can't remember which one I did because I sent it.
This again is packed and sent from Sydney, Australia, where I get my VPN at. All right. Is this going to get me demonetized? Is this note going to get me demonetized?
I have no idea. Well, I don't know what the photo is.
You do know what the photo is.
I swear I can't remember.
You know what it is. You do know.
I can't remember what it was.
This is the photo that was sent from Paigey in the box. It says, in the picture, love is a battlefield. Love is a battlefield. And
I completely forgot what for some reason I thought it was the picture I made up of Ben writing you a letter. That's what I thought it might have been. I didn't realize it was Goldface.
There we go. You knew it was Goldface.
And the caption is "Love is a battlefield."
Yes, it says that right there. All right, there we go. All right, we got a super chat. Let me open that up while I go through the box here. Ashley with the $5 super chat. High quality suit for what episode? Remember Accelerated Man? Neither do the writers. I don't think his was. It was comic accurate, but I wouldn't say it was high quality.
No, the boots look like gum boots. Accelerated Man.
All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Thank you for the super chat. All right, everyone. If anyone is,
can't you make it that you're bigger than me and I'm smaller, so the people get a?
Let's see.
There you go.
Work? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if anybody's familiar with these in the chat, like as I'm showing these off, please feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions on any of these treats. All right. There's a little koala holding it together. Let me show you the koala. I don't know if I showed everyone last time. There's a little koala sticker here holding everything together, which is kind of cool. All right. Let's see what we have. All right. Look at this box of goodies, everyone. This is quite a bit. And I have to try every one of these, at least one piece of them. So here we go. Kenneth says, Eric, quick question. What DC comic show would you like to see them do next? What ideas do you have in mind? Something other than Batman. Anything other than a Bat Family show would be fine with me. Little stuffed koala. I got a kangaroo last time. This time they gave me a koala, so I'll have to put that with the kangaroo in the other room. All right, so we have a few things here. Let's do this one because this is the last day of Easter here. So we have a Easter bunny from think this is Cadbury, right? Dairy milk.
Cadbury dairy milk.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, snacks and treats are actually legit this week. I actually think that was where the joke came from anyway. And that's why it was added in my song. All right. So this is is there any filling in this? It feels very light.
No, it's hollow. It's hollow.
It's hollow. Ones. Okay. Has anybody ever had these before? If you've had these before, let us know in the chat. All right.
ASMR on point.
Yeah. This is actually really good. You know what? One of the comments I made before we even started today was we're talking in the other room, and the chocolate outside of America is so much better. I don't know why, but it just tastes better. And so this is pure chocolate, and it's really good. Really, really good. I would give this one like a 9 out of 10, almost a 10. I don't want to give it a 10 yet because I'm sure there's some other stuff in here, but 9 out of 10 on the Cadbury Dairy Milk Easter Bunny.
Easter week. During Easter, that would be like probably the best seller.
Oh my God.
What's that?
A kangaroo keychain. Oh my God. This is the best thing. Oh my God. It's got articulated arms. Okay.
I can dab.
Yeah, I can dab on that one. All right, let's see. Oh, I see the box of my favorite things, and I'm going to save that for last because that is my favorite thing. All right. Going to go through here. I'm going to see what flavors we have so I can try some other stuff. I can't do this. We'll have to do this on a separate stream because I'm not going to go in there and Milo. We'll do that for a separate stream. All right. Let's see. We have a Nestle Kitkat Christmas bar. It's like a Santa Claus or something. Look.
Okay, I don't think I've ever had one of those, but I'm assuming it'd be interesting because I'm pretty sure the Kit Kats in Australia taste different to Kit Kat in America.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's 2 of them, so I'm going to put one to the side. All right. Let's see. There's no crisp in here.
Yeah, it's an Easter themed box, so it's all like Easter chocolate and candy.
Except for this, for some reason. Mmm. It's a lot better than American Kit Kat. Wow. Okay, these are good. I could actually finish that, but there's a lot left, so I don't want to.
don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, I might do this one second to last because this is in a big box. It's Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, the thing is, you may as well leave that just for your own time. But look on the back.
Oh my gosh! So there's little
Finger
cutouts
puppets.
you can use.
Yeah,
finger puppets. And there's actually a cracked one. Yeah, this looks like it's just got toys in it. It's got like candy with toys inside.
It's got little they call them beans, but they're like little Smartie type things. You can just have that in your own time. It's just Cadbury chocolate on the outside. It'd be tastes similar to the bunny.
All right. Let's see. We have let's see. So we have chocolate frogs and a koala, caramel koala. All right. We have 2 of each. So I'm going to put 1 of each to the side. I feel like I've tried the frog before, I think. Or the
I think
koala.
you tried I think you might have tried the koala. I don't think you tried the frog.
So this is a Cadbury
Freddo.
Freddo?
English people would have Freddo frogs as well.
Okay.
They have Freddos in England.
All right, let's see.
These are not the Harry Potter chocolate frogs.
Okay. This is a little bit different from the other chocolate.
Yeah, there's a theory that like the Easter chocolate is a tiny bit different flavoring than your normal Cadbury chocolate.
Yeah. Oh, this is another one I could eat all of it. This one's really good. But I don't want to. So I would give that Kit Kat a 9 out of 10, and this is like a 10 out of 10. 2 out of 10. All right, so we want to do, that was a frog. So I think I've had this before, but I'm going to try it anyway. The Caramello Koala. Let me take a drink first. All this chocolate is drying my mouth. Okay. All right, Caramello Koala. You know what? I can't find these here, even in the international market. Like, this is one of the things that I got last time that I went looking for, and I couldn't find it.
You know, you can get a big bag of them. I think it's like of 12 or 24 or something, and they're like $5.
Oh, really? Okay.
Get a big bag of them.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh. It's also a little bit crunchy too, which I like. 11 out of 10. This one is so good. I remember now. Okay. No bad ones yet. No bad ones. All right. We got two different Tiny Teddies here from Arnett's. We have Tiny Teddies Honey and Tiny Teddies Chocolate. These don't feel like. Are these like cookies or I guess
they're
crackers?
like little, yeah, like little biscuits.
Okay.
The comparison would be like Teddy Grahams or whatever you call them.
Okay.
But these are, I think these are better.
Oh my gosh, the honey one smells so good. And the bear on this one is called Grumpy Bear. And it says Grumpy groaned grouchily when he was stung on the nose by a bee.
Yeah, if you look at all their faces, when you pull out the Tiny Teddies, they'll all have different faces on them, like almost like the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh yeah. So there's different ones here.
Yeah. You know what? You know it'd be very dangerous if you came to Australia. They sell them in big boxes.
Oh, do they? Like,
yeah. So you could just like a big box and you just eat the entire box.
This could be dangerous.
Yeah,
for sure. 100%. All right. I gotta leave room for these other ones. There's some creamy things in here that I'm sure are gonna be tough. So, all right. So these are the chocolate ones. The honey Teddy Grahams are 10 out of 10 for sure. Or Tiny Teddies. All right, these are the chocolate ones. They're the same shapes, I think, as the other ones, but they're chocolate. This one has Happy Bear on it. Happily heaped cocoa powder in a bucket and made a big, cloudy powder puff. This is a very subtle chocolate. Like, it's not as like in your face as the other ones.
No.
Okay. Those are even more dangerous than the Kit Kat. All right, so all right, we have 1, 2, 3. So I think this might be the same as one of the other ones I had, but it's just in a different package. It's just a dairy milk Cadbury bar.
Yeah, that would just be like it's just like a slab of chocolate. Yeah,
I think this is like the same as the other one that I had.
So it tastes like I'm surprised. I know why they must be trying to get rid of some of their Christmas chocolate.
Yeah, that's weird. But all right. So we have now these three are definitely Easter themed. We have a Cadbury. It's an egg with a ganache cream inside of it, like a chocolate cream. Then we have a Cadbury cream egg, which I'm very curious. It's got a soft fondant center in it. I don't think I've ever had this before.
When you bite into it, it looks like an egg yolk, with the.
And then we have this one's really interesting, a egg with a honey and caramel center, which is this one here.
Yeah, I think that caramello one's going to be the dangerous one for you.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the one that I'm a little bit nervous about, and that is the cream fondant. center.
Yeah, these are all individually wrapped as well. So
yeah, I'm gonna open these with scissors. So
cream eggs are dangerous if you like them.
well, we'll see. I don't think I've ever had this before. Oh,
yeah, it's in.
They're solid. I thought they were gonna be soft, but they're not.
No, they're like a hard chocolate, like an egg, like hard on the outside, soft in the middle.
Okay. They're actually shaped just like an egg too. Like they're all right. Should I like bite in half?
Yeah, so bite it in half. Do you like them?
Yeah, it does have like an egg center in it. Like
that's dangerous. Then people, it's like some people don't like them. Some like it's either you're not the biggest fan of them, but you'll still eat them, or you love them and you're like,
it's like it almost melts when you bite into it. It's like sugar melting in your mouth.
English people have them as well. I think our ones might be a tiny bit different here, but but
there's a lot. There's like 20 or 30 in here. So
yeah,
okay. Cream eggs, 11 out of 10. Those are good. All right. So I have the honey and caramel and the ganache chocolate cream. Let me do the
ganache one. Cream. Yeah.
All right. Let's see the chat. A lot of people have had this stuff already. I feel like I've been missing out. All right.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, I think it depends. I think UK people would have they have cream egg because Cadbury's in UK as well. Mm-hmm. But we'd have some different stuff down here. Like they don't have caramel or koalas.
Okay. This one is also, I think all three of these are the same design. They're basically like little.
Yeah, they look the same on the outside, but they'd be different in the middle.
Oh. Uh-oh. No, I'm not a fan of that one.
Wait, show me the packaging of that one. Okay, so they're the basic ones. They're the basic.
Yeah. It's not even like the other one. When you bite into it, it kind of melts. This one is just very like.
Well, this one's just like, I think it's just like the whole thing. It's not meant to have like a hollow center. They're just like the basic ones.
Not a fan of that one.
Like I think not many people would buy them ones. Like you'd buy the caramello or the cream egg or the peppermint ones or something.
All right. So what chocolate has been the best so far? Probably the Cadbury, the Freddo. If we're talking about just chocolate, the Freddo is probably the best one. But my favorite out of the ones that are chocolate so far would probably be the bears, the caramel bears, or the cream eggs. I think the cream eggs are really good. All right. This is the honey and caramel center. And it looks like that. That's what the package looks like. These are a little bit bigger than the other ones. Like the eggs are larger.
That would be because it's filled with caramel.
Yeah, there we go. That one's bigger. So, all right. Oh, it's like dripping out. Okay, that's a 10 out of 10 as well. That's a good one.
You're lucky that they're individually wrapped, so you just can't keep dipping in. You have to unwrap them every single time.
Oh, I know. That's the most annoying part. All right, so the only thing left in here is something that I'm very familiar with. And that is the Tim Tam. And I've had these before. I'm actually going to have one right now because I love these. But these are bad. These are very like... To give you an idea, the last box that I got, I just put out on the counter with the rest of the candy we have in the house. And by the time I went back to have them, they were almost all gone. And then I couldn't find them because they were sold out of the international markets. So, these are so beautiful. If you've ever had these, like, you should definitely try. I think you can get these on Amazon too. Okay. And these with milk, like I love these with milk. They're so good.
I think if you went to an Australian supermarket and you walk through the biscuit aisle and you just saw all the different types of Tim Tams, you probably lose your mind. There's those ones. There's double coated, where it's double coated chocolate. They're the best ones as well. The double coated, they're in like a blue packet. There's caramel, you get like strawberry.
And then your fingers get so messy while you're eating it. You get like the chocolate on your fingers. It's really, really good. So, all right, let me put these things back in. So this box for me, rating the whole box, is probably a 10 out of 10. I think this box is a 10 out of 10. I don't think I disliked anything in here. The only thing that I didn't like 100% care for was the eggs that were all
the basic
chocolate.
egg. Yeah.
But I'm going to be probably overdosing on chocolate over the next couple of days because there's a lot in here. But you know, the reality is here in America, what happens a lot of times is people do like after Easter shopping, and they go and they buy up all the leftover sweets in the stores. But also I'm gonna post when I open this. I'll do this later. I will post like pictures online so people can see what the inside looks like. But Paigey, people are asking like where you get this from. It's just australiabox.com.
It's
right?
downunderbox.com.
Right.
Is it .com or .au? Yeah, downunderbox.com.au.
Oh, so it's .com then .au?
.au, yeah. If you just type in Down Under Box on Google, it'd probably come up.
Oh, now it was funny because I think when you said, and this is everybody in the chat kind of knows this. Wait, Eric, have Tim Tams in the US. I have to get them from the international market. There's an international market, but you could probably get them from Amazon, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you can probably get them on Amazon, or like there might even be like a shop in America where they'll sell them and you just buy them and they'll ship them.
Yes, look, this is what I was thinking too, because I didn't expect this, and then all of a sudden I got a message about it. I love Australian candy. I love it ever since the first box that he sent me, and most of it I can't find here, or if I have to order online, it's always out of stock. So, dark bet. If Eric went to Australia, he'd probably leave the country with a suitcase full of Tim Tams. I don't remember if it was Tim Tams that you got in the last box, but there was like a mint chocolate thing that I had that was really good. I can't remember.
Mint slice.
That's what it was. Yeah, they were really, really.
They're made
really
by
good.
the same company that makes Tim Tams, makes Mint Slice, makes the tiny teddies, makes those shapes as well.
I don't know. We don't have anything like that here in America. Somebody said that American candy's like doo-doo or something, and I'm like, yeah, most of it is. We don't have a lot. The only thing that I like as far as American candy, like when it comes to chocolate, is pretty much Reese's Cups. That's pretty much it, because I like peanut butter and chocolate together, which I know is kind of an American thing. I don't think it's big in the rest of the world. But
we don't really have.
I wish I had an equivalent of a Down Under box. I might just have to go out and make a box for you with American candy, and so you can like vomit on stream when I send it to you and you try it, because
I'll have a bad aftertaste.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that American candy reminds me of. Is like it always leaves like an aftertaste.
Yeah. So B. Allen Hart says I get them at the world market. Yeah. So any of the international markets are going to have it, but they're very inconsistent around here. Like I haven't seen regular Tim Tams in a while. Oh, you get Tim Tams at Wegmans? We have a Wegmans here. I wonder if they have them. I might have to check. Fresh Sounds Florida, Down Under box shipping outside Australia is probably cost a price. I don't remember how much it was, Paigey. You don't.
They have a flat rate for For me, it'd be less than American. God, so there's someone leaf blowing outside.
I was gonna say I could hear it sound like somebody was like cutting a tree down or something.
Nah, they're leaf blowing. Jesus, want to do it any louder? It's a flat rate shipping. It's I think 25 Australian. So that'd be like what 16, 17 American. Yeah, sorry about the background noise. They heard, the after party's on. No, can't let that happen in peace.
Yeah. American candy is just super sweet. That's probably the best way I can put it. Like there's a very mild chocolate flavor from international chocolate for me that I really like. It's almost like a dark chocolate instead of a milk chocolate. So the American milk chocolate is super, super, super sweet. Like if I were to eat just a straight up Hershey chocolate bar, after having some of that, it would taste like just nothing but sugar. That's what it would taste like to me.
Yeah.
So have I ever had church chocolate? I don't think I even know what that is. Church chocolate?
Church chocolate. Is that chocolate you get at a church?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. What do we share? Oh, is this the website?
Okay, so this is Coles. This is my local. Where's pantry? I think it'd be, wouldn't it? Yeah, we've got snacks and treats.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Twisties on sale for $1.50.
Oh, those were good. I think those were in the last box that I got. So.
Yeah. These cookies, they're Coles cookies. They're $3.50. You would never eat another cookie in your life from a shop. It's like ridiculous. The fact they're only $3.50 is insane to me as well. We do have Oreos here for people wondering whether we're civilized or not. I click snacks. Where's confectionery? There you go. Okay, so if I go, this is the danger territory for Eric.
Yeah, look at that. I could already see
all the Cadbury chocolate.
Oh,
Minties, Kitkat.
The Kitkats, that was so good. I'm gonna probably finish that after the stream.
These marshmallows are pretty good as well. Once again, more chocolate. Jaffas.
What are Jaffas? I don't think I had those.
I don't know if you got them. They're like English people would have like a Jaffa cake, and so it's like orange and chocolate. So it's.
I think there was one in Ben's box when you said it.
Yeah, so this is like an orange. It's like an orange outer shell. It's almost like a big M&M, but it's like a orange outer shell with chocolate in the middle. Wait, I'm trying to. Look, there you go. Multi-pack, 12 caramel koalas for $5. 12 of them. Once again, dangerous territory for Eric. Wait, where are the? Hold on, let me look up Tim Tams, and I'll show you all the Tim Tams. Okay, show up. There we go, Tim Tam. 2 for $6. This is the dangerous one. This is a family pack of Tim Tams for $2.79.
Oh my gosh!
Look how big that packet is.
Yeah.
And these are all the different flavors. You got raspberry tart, triple choc, salted caramel brownie, dark choc mint, white chocolate, dark chocolate, caramel, double coat.
I love the dark chocolate. That's probably really good.
I think Eric might pass away if he got his hands on it.
I might be spending my whole paycheck on Tim Tam. So we have a member chat from T Bear, who's been a Team Eric member for 13 months, an enhanced Team Eric member. Thank you so much, T Bear. This is off topic, but Eric, did you ever watch The 100? Also, Paige, I've been watching you since season 1 of The Flash. Oh, Young Justice is getting good too. How's that make you feel?
What was that? Was that a
He's
super
been watching
chat?
you since it's a member only chat. So
okay.
It says, Paige, I've been watching you since season 1 of The Flash. So
oh god, that makes me feel. Someone told me the other day
that was before Ben was born, I think.
Yeah, so. I think Ben. I don't know if he'd been conceived yet. But someone messaged me like a couple of months ago that they had I think they started watching my channel when they were entering high school and they were about to start college.
Oh, are you kidding? Is that really that you got that message?
But then again, there's people that are old. There's people that are going to be old enough to go watch The Flash and understand it that weren't born when the movie was announced.
Oh my gosh!
So,
the other thing is about the 100. I watched the original 100, like the first series of that. But I did not watch the newer one. So I plan on watching it, but I haven't got to it yet. Thomas Scott says, just caught up with Superman and Lois, can't stand Sarah. There's a lot of people that don't like her. How do you feel about Sarah? You good with Sarah, bad with Sarah?
I'm fine with Sarah. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say she's the most interesting character, but I think she still fits into the show pretty well. At least at the moment, I don't know where they're gonna go with the character.
I will say
after
that
this.
Sarah fits in better on Superman and Lois than Allegra fits in on the Flash. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Flash Freak has been watching you since 7th grade or 6th grade. Wow. Can you believe a Flash movie was announced 1 week after the Flash TV show premiered?
That's when Ezra Miller was cast as well.
Are you seriously?
He was cast and they announced the movie on that day. It wasn't even a week after. It was like the Flash aired on Tuesday, and I think they made the announcement on Thursday or Friday. So it was a few days after. Because I remember Stephen Amell was really annoyed at that. He was like, because obviously Grant was never going to say anything. Right. But I remember Stephen Amell was not very happy about that. It's just like, well, why would you do that?
How do you feel about this, Paigey?
Watch it. The most thing is that the title is so sus as well. Like, that's the thing that I always remember about this video is the title.
Gigolo 8 from Australia is sending out
hold on.
Vegemite to the States.
Pause it.
Sending it out to everybody. Must be some kind of conspiracy.
I can confirm I am not Gigolo 8.
Look at the date on that video.
Look at the quality of the video.
Yeah.
That's from a while ago.
July 26, 2007 was when this video was added. Lance says, Paigey, I'm coming to Australia. Make room.
Well, there's enough room here.
Look, I got these little packages of it. Is what I got.
It's gonna be like.
I think you got the ones from the hotel. Yeah, you get the ones from the hotel.
And I hated the way they smelled too. I was like, oh, these are awful. God, this camera quality.
Ideal swallow.
I still had a lip piercing back then. That's real. That lip piercing. Look. It was so bad. And I ate it incorrectly. That's the problem.
Yeah, you didn't just slap it on.
I just put it on a piece of bread. It wasn't.
But now you know how to eat it properly.
Yeah.
Wait, do you still have that Vegemite?
Yeah, it's in the other room. So keep in mind that this 6,000 views was back when YouTube was literally brand new. So that was a pretty
6,000 views then was like 50,000 views or something like that.
Yeah, it was a lot. So yeah, that's I don't remember if I spit it out or not. I think I spit it out.
Well, you definitely didn't swallow. Is that a Sprite? No, it's a big cup.
It's just a big cup.
Stuff I have ever tasted.
See, this is what led to the shock.
Yes, that is
experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my god, far out.
So I've got I remember I got blocked from Zach Bagans. And this is one of the funniest videos that I did, I think. Hold on, where's it at? This is let me
call out someone for doing something really stupid and there's no remorse for it whatsoever.
So this video was
many of you guys may be familiar with the TV show.
So Zach Bagans, if people
Ghost
aren't familiar,
Adventures.
is the host.
It's about Zach Bagans and two other guys who don't get a lot of camera time.
He blocked me on Twitter, and this was back in 2011. And he blocked me because I made a joke that he was wearing super tight shirts and really big like Jinko jeans back when Jinko and do you remember what Jinko jeans are? Do you remember those?
Is it the one like they're flared at the bottom or something like that?
Yeah, they're big pants. So I joked about it on Twitter. I tweeted and said, why do you buy baby Gap shirts and Jinko jeans or something like that? And so he blocked me on Twitter. I'm still blocked to this day. So that's kind of funny. But the video was meant as a joke. And all of his fans came into my comment section and said, you're the one that looks like an idiot. You look like a fool. Look at what you're wearing on your head. And I'm like, that's the joke. Like, that's the humor. I'm acting like I'm seriously upset and it's a joke. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of my old videos. That was funny. What is this here?
I'm standing.
No, copyright music. No.
Hold on, I'm muted. Can I get a live reaction from you, Eric? What is what is going through your head at the moment from after watching Kara and Monel? And I need to. This is from the DC TV show.
No. Speaking of DC TV show, I just got a message from Ben. Should I read it out loud?
Yes.
It's from Twitter.
I'm British. Is that what it says?
Well, let me see here.
I'm British.
Okay, so here's Ben. Ben, I'm reading your text message out loud. He hasn't been able to come to the after party recently. He's been finishing his final year of university. And he's going to finish in a few weeks. And then he should have more free time. He just wanted to let us know. So does that mean he's got more free time to make films like this? Is this
I don't know. The thing is that do we want more caramel montages? Because I'm gonna say when Ben stopped making this, COVID happened. Now I don't know if COVID happened because it was replacing the toxicity that these montages brought to the world, or these kept the world at balance.
Oh my God! Look,
did I just expose I'm not subbed to Ben's channel? No, I think that was just a glitch. I think that was just a glitch on YouTube. I am subscribed.
Oh, did you just sub to him? Is that why?
No. I think it might have just been a visual glitch.
Or you were open on incognito tab. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Let's just say that.
So this soda just went everywhere on my desk for some reason.
That is hilarious.
I don't know why. I literally just picked it up off the floor. So let me get something to wipe this up with. I think I have a towel right over here.
Eric made a mess.
I know, I did. It was just sitting on the floor. I don't know why it did that. I'll be back.
This is dangerous. I've been left alone. Okay, hold on. I gotta try and think of a joke. What's a joke? I'm trying to think of a joke that's not too edgy and we'll get the stream demonetized. I can't say it now. It's too late.
Did you get me demonetized while I was gone?
I'm not going to say. Chat, don't tell him what I said. He'll have to wait till playback.
Well, that's going to be a while because it's probably going to be demonetized.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to come back and find out what it was that you said.
Yeah. Apparently, people are just happy that you are wearing pants.
Do they think that I don't? Is that
I don't know.
Assumption?
I know. We've seen him twerk and shock before, so...
I did have this is a funny story before we wrap everything up, but a few years back when I was first
shocking.
No, when I first started doing like OBS and streaming and everything, for some reason I came in to get ready for the stream and I had on a button down, like a collar shirt, or I don't know what you call it, a collared button down shirt. And it was unbuttoned in the front because I was getting ready for the stream. And somehow, some way, when I started the stream, I'm reading some of the comments about Ben's video. When I started the stream, there was like a 2-second blip of me with the button down shirt unbuttoned. And then the stream started. And people were like, why was his shirt off? And I'm like, I don't know why my shirt was off there. But, yeah. It was funny. What is this here? You basically record yourself. Like you get your phone out and you're like, or whatever, like that.
Hold on, can we get an instant replay on that one?
That was After Party 3.0. We don't talk about that. That was during a dark time.
I just realized I'm rocking the same profile picture.
Yeah. But that was After Party 3.0. I believe that was in between like all the shows. That was when nothing was on, I think. Or it was
that's when Eric was off leash and we didn't have really much of a script. I think it was during COVID.
It was. That's what I mean. Like 3.0 is cursed. That's the cursed season of the After Party.
That's that was when the Unabomber.
Yeah, that was when that happened.
Unabomber.
3.0 is a cursed season. Do not watch 3.0.
But it's also comedic gold. If you go watch if you go back and watch some of those 3.0 after parties, it's pretty much just random crap and Eric trying to.
There was nothing to talk about. We were literally struggling to find subjects every single week. So,
but I know, but somehow we got through COVID.
I thought about that. I'm like, what did we do for like 6 months? Like, what were we doing?
Well, you know what? I was thinking through, but during that period, there was Ezra Miller initial choking drama, Ruby Rose drama, Batwoman recasting, just COVID stuff. Superman Lois was getting built up. So those were minor topics though that we talked. So like there was still like a lot of weeks where we were just making up crap. And it was, I don't know how. But it was like the peak viewership. It was like the most viewership of the after.
You know why? Because nothing else was on. We were the only thing that was on. So people were like, "We're gonna go watch the after."
You couldn't watch Young Sheldon. You had to watch the after
party. Yeah, that was 3.0 is a cursed season of the after party. Go back and watch everything.
Oh yeah, like, Ray Fisher's drama.
Yeah.
Well.
Go back and watch like what would you say like mid 2020 after party was probably when the stuff started getting wild. I would say like spring 2020 to
well,
like
I don't know. There was
2021.
But then you also got to go back to like the 3 a.m. after parties because you do it after the show.
That's like the 2018 after parties. Yeah. when my studio was still in my garage. Like I used to have my studio in my garage, which I thought was funny. That was before I think we even had an official name for it. I think it was just the live streams. So yeah, it didn't turn into the after party until like 2019-ish, late 2018.
Yeah, beginning of 2019 maybe. Yeah.
So that's like the after party prequel series, I guess you could say.
That's the origin. That's the origin series.
And if you really want to go OG and watch some train wrecks, not on my channel, but in general, go back and watch some of the 4-channel crossovers that we did on like Ben's channel. And, you know, even Boba, I think, has a couple over on his channel. Those were pretty wild because we didn't really know what we were doing back then. It was kind of just, they were a mess, really, because we were trying to come up with a way to make it work, and it was like the conversations just went on far too long. Like it was just, yeah.
I was just thinking back to what if the Unabomber returned. Yeah. Mate, I know we're going back, but I didn't make it clear at that time. You know how scared I was that I actually got your channel taken down. Mm-hmm. I was sitting there going like, "Oh shit! Did I really just get Eric's channel like messed up?"
Completely? It was a sweaty 3 days there. It happened. I think it was like a Thursday, Friday, and then I got it back on Saturday or something like that.
Who would have thought a hoodie and glasses could do so much damage?
Yeah,
but Hitler and Friends did nothing.
Nothing. That one actually didn't get hit at all with anything.
You probably made more money for some weird reason off that
one. So Thomas says, did you like Titan season 3? It dropped in the UK in December 1st. I started it and it took me last week to get through it. Boring. So I think season 3 was better than season 2. But it wasn't really a Titan show. It was kind of like a Bat Family show with like Titans characters in it. That's what I think. It's like Titan season 3. It wasn't awful. I think it was a step up from the previous seasons, but not by much. What did you think of Titan season 3?
Titan season 3 was definitely better than 2. I think it's probably on the same level as season 1. Mm-hmm. And the main reason I say that is I think season 1 still had like a decent pacing. Season 3, I think, is better overall in regards to writing, but it's stretched out. Like it was like 13 episodes or something, wasn't it? It was like a 5-episode story. It was really like stretched out.
Yeah. So everyone's talking about how good the 3.0 after parties were. They were kind of wild. I mean, it was almost like the wild.
Oh, for viewers, it would have been good. For us, it was a bit stressful. At least for Eric, it would have been very stressful.
Yeah. Stargirl season 3 should wait. That's a summer series still, right? Doesn't it come out over the summer?
No. There's rumors, like, oh, not rumors, but someone told me that, like, I asked them, I was like, what's the go with Stargirl? And they go, they don't know, but they think it wouldn't surprise them too much if they left Stargirl to maybe premiere later in the year, like around October.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know exactly what's going to go on. So Stargirl could be gone for over a year because I don't know if they really want to premiere it during that summer area again.
Right.
And it wasn't listed as the show's premiering in like June or July.
And last season was specifically called Summer School because they knew it was coming out.
Yeah. So maybe this one's called Christmas Time or something. Oh, Thanksgiving.
Oh, maybe. So, all right, that's pretty much it. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to finish up some of my chocolate off camera, and then I have to go to work. So I'm going to be like this at work probably.
And then in
yeah,
the back of an hour after jumping around.
I think there was a tease that blood work would be coming back, but I don't think, has there been any official announcement about that or no?
I think they had plans, but I think COVID and they couldn't get the actor up and they had probably squashed any hopes they had.
All right, so we're out of here. We will see everyone next time. Hopefully next week I will not have a Saturday like I had this week. So we'll see where that goes. Anyway, out of here. Don't forget, shows come back this week. So we'll be talking about that in the next episode. Bye.
What?